Prince William's recent public appearances have revealed something quietly powerful, not through speeches, not through announcements, but through a moment so small it could have easily gone unnoticed. And yet, it didn't. During a visit this week, as William moved through the crowd greeting members of the public, his attention briefly shifted. A young girl nearby was wearing a name badge. When he noticed her name was Charlotte, he paused, smiled, and gently told her that his own daughter shares the same name. It was unscripted, unplanned, over in seconds. But for those watching closely, it said far more than any prepared line ever could. Because in that instant, Prince William didn't speak as the heir to the throne. He spoke instinctively as a father. And that distinction matters. Fatherhood is no longer something that exists only behind palace walls for William. It now subtly shapes the way he carries himself in public, the way he reacts, and the way he connects. That brief exchange didn't feel like a calculated effort to appear relatable. It felt reflexive, natural, almost unconscious. And that's exactly why it resonated. For many royal observers, this moment stood out not because it was dramatic, but because it was familiar. It reflected a version of Prince William that has been quietly forming over the years, one shaped not by protocol alone, but by parenting. If you look back at William's younger days, the contrast is striking. He was once known for a taste for speed and adrenaline, high-powered motorbikes, a thrill-seeking streak that reportedly caused Princess Catherine more than a little concern. Today, that side of him feels noticeably softened. While he still indulges his adventurous spirit in harmless ways, like recently trying a virtual motorbike during a university visit, real-world risk-taking has largely given way to caution and practicality. Even his habit of using an e-scooter around Windsor has reportedly been scaled back in line with local regulations, a change he accepted with humor rather than resistance. That shift isn't accidental. It reflects a broader transformation, from spontaneity to responsibility, from thrill-seeker to protector. And it mirrors the stage of life William now occupies, not just as Prince of Wales, but as the father of 3 young children growing up under constant public attention. At the heart of that transformation is Princess Catherine. Together, William and Catherine have consistently emphasized raising their children with emotional security and as much normality as possible. Observers have often noted how confident and composed Princess Charlotte appears in public settings, particularly when standing alongside her parents. William's interactions with his daughter are telling. They aren't showy or performative, they're subtle. A steady glance, a reassuring presence, a quiet attentiveness that speaks volumes without demanding attention. Catherine, for her part, has spoken openly about encouraging independence and self-confidence in all 3 children. Their approach to parenting feels modern, intentional, and emotionally aware, a sharp contrast to the more distant royal parenting styles of the past. Seen through that lens, the moment in Stirling takes on deeper meaning. It wasn't about public relations, it wasn't about optics, it was instinct. And in today's monarchy, instinctive humanity carries real weight. Moments like these reinforce an image of a royal family that understands everyday experiences, recognition, parenthood, fleeting connections, shared names. They remind the public that behind the titles and traditions are people shaped by the same emotional forces as everyone else. Before we go further, let me ask you something. Do moments like this make the royal family feel more relatable to you, or do you prefer a clearer sense of formality and distance? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoy calm, thoughtful royal stories that go beyond the headlines, make sure you're subscribed. We dive deeper than the surface here. All right, let's get back to it. From a wider perspective, Prince William's evolving public persona suggests something significant about the future of the monarchy. His presence is increasingly defined not by authority or grandeur, but by approachability and grounded confidence. He doesn't dominate a room, he steadies it. As he balances duty with family life, William seems increasingly comfortable allowing fatherhood to inform how he moves through the world. And that influence, shaped in no small part by Catherine, may prove to be one of his greatest strengths. In a monarchy navigating relevance in a rapidly changing world, quiet authenticity may ultimately matter more than ceremony, more than speeches, more than carefully staged moments. Because sometimes the most revealing slips aren't mistakes at all. They're glimpses of who someone has become when they're no longer trying to perform.